Okay, party people. Swimmingly pool here. It's gonna make this vid. It's going for a swim. I'm on a resort. It's called Milford House. And yeah, I used to work here actually, years and years and years ago. It's a summer resort, canoe resort with lots of cabins. You can see lots of canoes. It's really beautiful, really stunning. Yeah. I don't normally come here. The reason why I've come here and today is because a lot of my swim holes are off limits because they're in the woods, and you're not allowed in the woods right now because there's a fire going on in West Dalhousie. It's burning out of control. There's a fire ban. Also, there's you're not allowed access. You're not allowed to enter any woods trails, woods with ATVs, walking, anything. Or there's a $25,000 fine. Anyway, this is the main lake here. A beach, a dock, and a little swim, uh, what do you call it? Swim deck. There's quite a few cabins on the side here, especially over on the left here. But anyways, they're really nice cabins. And actually, when I worked here, a lot of them were shareholders from the USA that owned them and kept this place going. But there's times when there's quite a few cabins here that are for rent and weekends or during the day or for how many days you need bookings and stuff. But I'm not going to swim this lake. This lake joins into a few other lakes and where you canoe and portage your canoe stuff. There's a lake. There's a entrance to another lake here with less cabins. I prefer to swim with less cabins on the lake. My normal spots I can't enter right now. There's another lake I go to just down the road here, which is a kind of a daytime park, recreational uh, park with a lake, and that's got a lot of houses and cabins on it, and it's like you're swimming in the middle of someone's pond. Well, it's a big lake, but anyways, yeah, really quite chilly today. Really, like the temps dropped down to it's probably 12 degrees. I'll just show you these cabins in the woods here. They've been here for a long time. I don't know, probably 60, 78 years. Yeah, it's an old resort, but gonna try and I'm being a little bit quiet because I don't want to kind of well, it's open to the public to rent canoes and stuff, so that's fine. And I know some of the workers here that do housekeeping. I saw them just the other day, and I'm like, can you come here and swim for, is it okay? Is it permitted? And they're like, yeah, sure, go ahead. So here I am. Uh, yeah, it's a little nippy, man. Oh, yeah, the wind's come up. This side's not too bad. It's got the sun out here, so that's good. They said there's a few cabins on the side here, but I'm going to be swimming out there onto the right. I went there the other day. Hit a couple of rocks. I normally only ever canoed here. I used to canoe. It's beautiful, and gonna put my camera in my case and then go for a swim. Yeah, see you in a bit. Okay, back again. Gonna do this. A little nippy, but the water's gonna be a lot warmer than the air. That's for sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it's a little fresh. Oh well, no, it's good. See what we can see. Like I mentioned, I swam out here the other day, and I swam there a couple of times actually. No, was it? No, just once. Yeah.
I used to work in the serving department, yeah, with my girlfriend, and we actually used to live across the street in a house, and that was part of the job, that you had your own accommodation, and in our lunchtime we used to take a canoe, and we used to use this lake and canoe. There's a little island here, or a point I'll show you when I get to there, where we canoed. It's just stunning. It really is. I was just here the other day thinking, wow, this is one of the best lakes I've swum this year. It really is. Um, it's very well known for canoeing, portaging through rivers to other lakes. It goes quite a way. Yeah. I'm not sure the exact kilometers, but yeah, you could canoe all day, portage, stay overnight if you got tents and stuff, and spend the night out in the wilderness, and keep canoeing. I think to Kejimkujik, which is further inland, which is a national park. You can get there from here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it goes onto a big river and then small portage, and they've left canoes at certain places as well, where you'll just switch canoes. You'll take all the stuff out of one canoe, well, your backpacks, and then you'll walk through the wild, and then get into another canoe. As long as you leave the canoes, right? You know, they're situated in certain places along the lakes and rivers, so you can just change without having to carry the canoe through the woods. Just show you, there's a couple of cabins up there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably about 6 cabins on this side. I think the whole resort has about 30 cabins, probably. It goes way over the back there. Yeah. Anyways, when it's a bit windy and it's a bit cooler, I like swimming in the sun, get a little warmth. Try not to make the mistake of swimming too close to the shore here, because there's quite a few rocks that I banged my feet on the other day. I cut my foot several places, so I won't be wanting to hit them again. But yeah, it's just part of the parcel of swimming lakes that you haven't never swum. I don't think they're that deep either. The water level here is very low at the moment. But like I said, there's a drought going on here in Nova Scotia. There's a couple of fires going on. I was out at one lake just down the road here the other day and actually drove through the smoke. It just got engulfed the lake when I got there. I swam out. It didn't look too bad. I drove probably 20 minutes through smoke. I didn't realize I was right in the middle of it. Got to the lake, wasn't too bad. And then when I got across the lake, it then just engulfed the lake, and it was really bad forest fire. It's burning out of control. I would say somewhere in that region over there. Yeah. West Dalhousie, Long Lake. There's a couple of lakes I swim near there. Yeah, it's pretty sad, really. A lot of people have been evacuated, and yeah, it's because it's remote. They can't keep it under control because they can't get into the area where the fire is. I think there's a few bombers, water bombers, are using fire retardant and stuff to try to put it out. But yeah, now the wind's up today as well. That's not really good. That could expand quite significantly. So I remember being in the middle of this channel here. There wasn't any rocks, and when I came back, I kind of came back on the edge over there and smack, bang wallop, my foot. I think it was here anyway. Yeah, I swim every day, and I think it was there. Was it here? Yeah, well, this is the only 2 places I've been. here and just back there. It's actually on one of my other videos dating back, called Ravenhaven. So yeah, I don't know why I overlooked this place, to be honest. I'm not sure. Probably because it is a private resort. It's open to the public, but I overlooked it swimming here in the fall and in the spring or even in the winter, because there's no one here. You know, it has a opening date of probably late May and closes October. So yeah, the rest is free to swim. So anyway, I'd canoe from where I launched back there on the little beach, and just show you here in a minute. There's this island around the corner here. It's a big lake, real big lake. You can look it up online. It'll be Milford is the area, what it's called. And that cabin, well, the lodge back there is called Milford House. A reception that has a kitchen. You know, you can have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Depends what you pay for. You could go a la carte, or you get included in the price you pay. Okay, yeah, real quick. So there's an island right in the back there, yeah. And you, to the side of that, you turn around, and over the back of them trees right there, you go around that island. You turn into the other portion of the lake, and you canoe. And there's this real huge, big sandbar. Yeah. And on a summer's day, you can just park your canoe up on the sandbar, sit out with a picnic, and yeah, it's really amazing, beautiful. Yeah, quite lucky to have this in the area, really, and quite lucky to be able to swim at this point in time. Like I mentioned, it's a lot of places are off limits. But I asked a member of staff if it was okay to swim here, and they're like, "Sure, go ahead." People can come here during the day. They don't have to stay at the resort. Rent canoes and go for canoeing. Go for a canoe. And there's tons of like little islands and small little beaches that you can rest. You know, there's a fire ban in effect, so I'd say, you know, rest, have a little, take a little portable fire with you, and maybe make some hot dogs or some shit, right? But have a picnic. I fished in here a couple of times out of a canoe as well. Remember catching some good fish. And where there's rocks, though, you can stand pretty much. So if you ever get the need to take a breather, it's always good to know there's rocks even in the middle of the lake. You see some rocks, you know, you can go there and take a breather, right? Yeah, now just hit a rock here, right? Stand on a rock. I'm quite careful in doing so when I'm swimming. I know there's rocks here around, right? So anyway, here you go, Milford Lake. Well, Milford House. I'm not actually sure the name of this lake, but it goes over in that direction and it turns around and goes in that direction. You can drive your car if you've got a cabin here or whatever. There's another cabin over there. You can see there's quite a few cabins on the back end of this main artery and the peninsula. And at the end there is an actual place to park. and I can go into another part of the lake here, which I might do, but you're not really supposed to be driving through the woods right now. Although this is private and it's people obviously it's a resort, that's on limits. But anywhere else that you don't have a cabin and it's a trail to a lake, you cannot enter. Yeah, bit of a worrying times, especially as I move back from the Northwest Territories to Nova Scotia from lots of fires and surrounding our village. It became our, you know, very stressful, to say the least. And one of the reasons why we moved back to Nova Scotia was because of forest fires. And yet, right on our doorstep, 40 kilometers from our house, there's a big fire going on, man. Couldn't make it up. But it's been unusually, really unusually dry, sunny, hot for months. We had a bit of rainfall last night, which helped, but we need torrential rain for a week until I think they lift these bans up. But anyways, yeah, pretty much seems like most of the other lakes I showed you in my videos around here in Nova Scotia. They're all surrounded by wood, basically, most of them, any one of them. That's the one saving grace in Nova Scotia with forest fires, is that most of Nova Scotia has got thousands of lakes and marshland. So at some point in time, if the fire's moving north, east, south, or west, it's going to run into a lake and yeah, stop it from spreading unless it's windy and sparking, flying ash and stuff. And obviously, this one not too far from here was started by lightning, and we haven't even had any thunderstorms and heat waves here. So yeah, that's a blessing. There's a lot of forest fires that started by lightning. I mean, most of Canada right now, pretty much every province has got forest fires. Yeah, I know they're going over on in Europe and stuff, and Spain and Portugal, places like that. Just devastating, man. Yeah, I guess that's part of Mother Nature, though, right? I've been in quite a few natural disasters, to say the least. Yeah, not very, not very good. I was in an earthquake once in California, in Los Angeles, about 7.6 on the Richter, and mudslides. We get hurricanes up here come late fall, although there's a big one in the basin right now in the Caribbean called Erin. Yeah, which is a Category 5. It's one of the hardest hurricanes there is, Category 5. Crazy. And I don't know the trajectory, but I think it's heading up towards Bermuda. It's in the Turks and Caicos right now, somehow. Yeah. But we get them up here. Normally, by the time they get up to Nova Scotia, they hit colder water, become a tropical storm. But we've had quite a few hurricanes out there, and I tell you, you wouldn't want to wish them on your worst enemy then. You just sit inside your house, the power goes out, and you're literally sick to your stomach for hours. Yeah. They go on for 10, 12 hours. And compared to, say, an earthquake, they happen 3 minutes and they're done. And then you get the aftershocks and stuff. But yeah. This sounds like a delightful swim, huh? Bearing of bad news. well, just telling you how things are right now. Pretty crazy. Just a weird time in life. I think you got to keep faith and keep positive, yeah? I got a ticket booked to the UK in a couple of weeks to go see my family. And Air Canada just decided to, well, not so much Air Canada, but the flight attendants union just decided to go on strike. And that was a 72-hour notification to the airline. They have 72 hours before they actually go on strike. That went by, so they went on strike. And then the minister, the federal minister of Labour, stepped in, which he should have done in the first place, if you ask me. But depends which way you're looking at it. And said no, intervened with Article 107, apparently it is called, and became the judicator of the no, you cannot strike. So the Labour board, Minister of Labour Affairs, said no, you can't strike. It's going to cause too much, you know, too much economical pressure on Canadians and the economy and all this kind of thing. And so then I'm like, yeah, the flight's back on. Okay, going to England. And then a day later, what we thought was the a no strike became, okay, no, the flight attendants, regardless of the judicator from the Affairs of Labour, said we're going to strike anyway. So don't know what's happening with that, but hopefully I get to fly to England. See my family. Had it planned for quite a few months. It's crazy. I mean, I can understand the point of Air Canada and the flight attendants. Well, not Air Canada as the company, but the union of flight attendants. They're not getting paid from the minute they walk in the airport until they actually get in the air and start working. And there's all that time that you think they're working when they help you with your bags and come to your seat and help you with your luggage, putting it in the overhead. They're not actually getting paid. They only get paid from the minute they leave the ground to the minute they land. And I think that's a pretty big piss take for me. Yeah, you know, as soon as you get in, you're working, not just because, you know, helping people with their seats, you know. Yeah, it's a disgrace, basically. Corporational disgrace. So, but doesn't help me that I got a flight. I just want to go see my family, right? And have things run smooth. Because I've got hotels booked, I've got places to stay booked, and all that kind of crap that I could lose and whatever. But oh, kicked a rock. I knew there was over here, man. You've seen a good little lake here, and the people in Nova Scotia watching. You know, there's a good resort here. You can look it up online, Milford House, and really beautiful place to come and stay. Uh, it's a Monday morning. A lot of these cabins here, I can see a few people over there. But yeah, little staycation in your own province. Yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Leave us a comment and like and subscribe if you can. I would appreciate it. You know. I think I'm gonna make another video tomorrow swimming the Annapolis River, which I've heard isn't so good for swimming because it's got high bacteria levels that are monitored by the Annapolis River Project. But yeah, I looked on their website, and the last time they did any testing was on July 24th and said it's very low. So it's okay with a green light, green go. So I'm probably going to try and make a video there. And yeah, but anyways, yeah, here we go, Milford. Good place to come and visit. Thanks for watching again, and have yourselves a beautiful day. Thank you.